Good morning. This is Stephen Tang, Show and Tell. To start things off, I want to talk about Saturday. Um, I was second shooting for a good friend of mine, and I endured 1.5 hours of stop and go traffic, and then proceeded to stand under direct sun out in 100-degree heat for almost an hour. That's how much I like this friend. But yeah, it was a really good experience. I like second shooting uh, because there's no pressure. You're free to be creative and engage a different part of your brain, and I think that's good. You need to flex that gray matter, um, make those synapses fire, or else you just end up doing the same things over and over. And it becomes very routine. I think that potentially leads to burnout. So, yeah, you don't have to be on point. You're not directing. Without that pressure, you can like really try to be creative and find new angles and do things differently. And yeah, so I think part of why I had such a great time, one, of course, is being appreciated. I think everyone likes that. My friend has the utmost confidence in my abilities, um, which is why, of course, they asked me to be there and do that favor for them. So just, I don't know, for some reason that totally boosted my confidence. I feel like everything was through the roof. I was having like a Clippers Q4 from last night, what the hell am I saying? June 28th, 2021. It is not December. It's the middle of the year. Um, yeah, I was totally in the zone. I had great rapport with the guests, even though I showed up kind of in the middle of the day, so my humor was on point. Everything just flowed so well for me. um, Performance was great. Did a good job with photos, but I still feel like my best work is ahead of me. So that's kind of an attitude that I try to bring to every job. That hey, my best work is still out there. I gotta keep pushing myself. And it sounds corny. I know that. But maybe 7, 8 years ago, I was still newish to wedding photography. I hated it. I trashed it constantly. I didn't like who I was second shooting for. I didn't very much enjoy a lot of the gigs I was picking up. Um, and yeah, I thought like, wow, I'm good and that's it. I didn't see the potential for me to improve. I didn't have that positive attitude. Um, I think it's about surrounding yourself with the right people. I mentioned before, I second shot for some really great talent out in New York, and they opened up my eyes to what wedding photography could be, versus like you just see like the typical stuff, whatever people share on social media, and it gets kind of like boring. It's like, okay, that's somebody else's wedding. That doesn't really excite me. So you gotta find something that drives you, and I think that's the power of photojournalism. It's finding like truly emotional moments. You're not staging it. You're not trying to make it look like somebody else's work, and it excites the couple. It truly makes them appreciative of your work, and then that feeds into your excitement for the craft as well. On a somewhat related note, I don't know if I should throw this out there. I'm not naming names, but my friend is also considering dropping out of doing wedding photography permanently. And yeah, that makes me sad. It's like, hey, I enjoyed working with you. This is kind of abrupt, but I respect your decision. So yeah, he has his own personal reasons. And yeah, realistically, this type of work is not for everybody. It's physically demanding. You gotta keep innovating. You have to avoid burnout. I think that's a part of it, burnout and dissatisfaction with current results that he sees, I suppose. Yeah, but like I said, growth mindset for me, I keep trying to push myself. I like to see progress. I like to look back at like 2-3 weddings a year ago, 2 years ago, see how I changed, try to think of new or better ways to do something, to approach certain things, brush up on my people skills, all that good stuff. So yeah, I like doing that. I approach other hobbies in a very similar fashion, I'd say. Today's photo is going to be, actually, it's taken by somebody else again. Let's do 2 of these in a row, why not? Today's photo will be how about, let me introduce it this way. How do I know for sure that I'm 5'7"? Well, that's because Kawhi Leonard is 6'7". And yeah, the backstory to this photo is that I was at a wedding, I believe in 2017 or 2016, early on when I moved to Southern California. I was shooting as an associate, basically as a lead shooter for other companies, and this one company assigned me to this wedding. So Kawhi was a guest at the wedding. I saw him at a distance. I was like, oh, that is a tall dude. And he had like this aura about him. Like he seemed like really cool, really chill, not really trying to draw attention to himself. And I wasn't like trying to like go up and like talk to him or anything. Quite honestly, I didn't know who he was at that point. And I'm okay with admitting that. So he's a guest at the wedding. I'm just doing my thing, taking care of the wedding photography for the couple that hired me. And eventually at the reception, let's see, the relationship to him, I'm not really sure. She was like an elderly lady, and she must have been like an auntie or something. She approached me. She's like, you want a photo with Kawhi too, right? Because he was taking photos with other guests. And me being the shy guy I am, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I had to hand her my camera. It had this big ass flash sticking out of it. I had to do all the settings for it and tell her how to operate it in like 10 seconds. She took like a wide shot, a couple of them, flash bounced and fired correctly, thank goodness. And then I cropped into it and fixed up the colors a little bit. This is totally a snapshot. You see me, like my hair is like kind of unkempt. I'm wearing my protective earbuds that I always wear because I want to protect my hearing and not have my eardrums blow out before I'm even middle-aged. I've got my wonderful D750 strap, sponsoring Nikon. Sponsored by Nikon, not really. And yeah, I was just dressing like how I would normally dress as an associate, like not too like done up, no like necktie, not too formal, no jacket, just comfortable enough. And yeah, it wasn't like a black tie event. Obviously Kawhi Leonard's not like wearing a suit and tie there. But yeah, let's see. Peruse my notes. I guess I wanted to show this photo today just because Clippers are in the playoffs and fighting to stay alive in the Western Conference Finals. I think that moment at that wedding, the fact that Kawhi Leonard agreed and did that favor for me, take a quick photo, led me to follow him more in his career. And then 2019, when he was with the Toronto Raptors and they won the finals, that was super exciting to watch. I was a big fan. And then after he got traded to the Clippers, I didn't really watch them in 2020. I heard they had like a weak moment in the playoffs, unfortunately. And this year, however, I got back into it during the playoffs, and he's not even playing, but I'm following the team and watching them really, really fight to stay alive in each series. It's absurd, the amount of wear and tear they're putting on themselves postseason. It's kind of crazy, and I respect that. So I'm rooting for them, and we'll see how that goes. Aside from that, I want to go back to the older lady who kind of nudged me in a sense and pushed Kawhi to take that photo with me. I think it's quite amazing how some extroverts can bring two introverts together. Is Kawhi Leonard an introvert? I feel like I have this sixth sense for people who are introverts. Like I could just like pick up on it. Sure, he has his like persona. He's a fun guy and all that, and he has to have a personality if you're going to be in the NBA and an MVP and an all-star. You're in the spotlight all the time. You have to have some personality. But I feel like he enjoys his personal space, as we've seen him in Staples Center, sitting up there away from the team, watching everybody from his from behind the glass. So yeah, I like that. Me taking a photo with him, that was not something that could have happened organically on my own. I wouldn't have approached him. I obviously didn't know who he was, and that would have been stupid if I just did what everybody else was doing. And plus, as a professional, that's not something I would normally do. So shout out to that lady. I don't know her name. I don't know her relationship to Kawhi Leonard. Obviously some sort of family friend that watched him grow up, so she can kind of boss him around. So I like that. Let's go back to the photo, see what else I could say about it. It's a snapshot. It's there's nothing technical about it. In the bottom left corner, you see some other wedding guest just like smiling through the arm, and it's kind of funny. Kawhi Leonard's hover hand on my left shoulder It's funny because that's exactly how I would take photos with other people, and there are awkward photos of me with my hover hand. I'm sure he doesn't remember this moment, but it totally made my day, and yeah, made me a fan. Let's see. At this point, I'm just rambling on. I made some notes on editing, my thoughts on editing. Sure, I could edit. I could make this video a lot shorter and to the point, but I think editing is deceptive. It is manipulation. Hey, I went to school and for video production. I know all about editing. I worked in the industry. I can't watch a movie without thinking about it from a technical standpoint and ruining the experience for me. So, but I think unedited, just uncut video, long format shows how people think. There is downtime. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is totally seamless. For me, at least, I make my mistakes. I stumble for words. That's the way I am. But I think that's more genuine. It's realistic. I will pause and think. I like to think a lot. Good or bad, I sometimes just become really quiet and just keep thinking. But hey, that's what humans do, right? So let's wrap it up here. That's today's show and tell. Thanks for checking out this photo of me and Kawhi Leonard and hearing the backstory to it. Yeah, take it easy, guys. Bye.